This online broadcast of the 2026 49th Parallel Cup is brought to you by Payable Apps. Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Cooper Equipment Rentals. Safe, reliable, on time. It's the Cooper difference. Tribal Sport. Smith & Sons General Contractors. Big White Ski Resort. Real Deal Australian Meat Pies. The Exhale Brew Company. And by the City of Kelowna. This is Kelowna, British Columbia, in Ritland Recreation Park, the site of this men's championship match of the 2026 49th Parallel Cup. Hello, I'm David Smith, and with me today is a legend of footy broadcasting in North America, having called almost 400 games of Australian Rules football, and is the media manager of the US AFL. He's here terror-free. Welcome to Kelowna, Brian Barish.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, David Smith. Going to be a fantastic game between the U.S. and Canada. And Canada trying to break a long losing streak here against the Americans.
And we're going to start with the anthems of the two nations before we start the game. This has been certainly the playground of the Revolution. We have played 11 of them, and the Revolution have won 10 of them. So we'll see if the script can be changed here today in Kelowna.
And I think the one heartening thing for the Canadians is that the last time that the Northwind did beat the Revolution, it was here in British Columbia in Vancouver, excuse me, in 2007. So you have to do that for them. Also, this is the beginning of the realm of Stefan Barr, the longtime head coach and player of the Austin Crows. It'll be interesting to see how he formulates this program and how he runs things. He's a proven winner. The Crows are the winningest US AFL team in men's Division I history, and we'll see if that translates to national glory here at the Parallel Cup.
Sean Goodyear, a longtime coach of the Northwind. Really, the Northwind are looking for a bit of a redemption. It was a disappointing Transatlantic Cup that they hosted 2 years ago, and certainly they want to flip the script a little bit against, not just a little bit, a lot against the Revolution. And a weather note, because we've been talking a lot about the weather. It looks like the rain has stopped, at least for now. You can even see the mountains in the background. So not only is it better for footy, it's better aesthetically.
Yeah, it really is. And this is a great venue, and we know that it's hosted the Kelowna Cup for many years, and we're seeing now why this was selected to be the home site. And of course, our thanks to the people here in Kelowna for hosting this magnificent event. We're halfway done, and we have this big game coming up on the men's side.
Absolutely. Not long now for the start of this one. We are a little bit behind schedule because there were some injury delays in the women's match. But these two teams, we'll have to see if the play is a little bit cleaner where it's not going to be quite as wet out there. So we'll see if the footy is a little less scrambly and a little less of a tug of war. There's the horn, and we're about ready to start. So here's the tribal sport. Ball up, and here's Brian Barish.
Here we go, USA Revolution and the Canada Northwind. The Revos are in the white. They're headed towards the Hemlock Road end to our left, while the Canadians in the black and the red headed towards the arena end to the right of screen. We are underway. Ball goes up in the air once again. Sam Murphy in the ruck for the USA Revos, and it's going to get picked up, goes all the way back there. Picking that one up is Ian Edmonton Oiler, even though he doesn't play for Edmonton at all. Ball comes out, and it's going to get picked up by Bausch, who has the football, but we have a whistle, and they'll play on quickly off of it. As that is Kanadi up on the far side now, and it is a whistle, and it will be a free kick back the other way.
29 Morgan White with the ball, gives it up, and there's a tackle. Played on a tackle there by Zach McKinney, but it's a 25-meter penalty, so this will be an opportunity for the Canadians to, the Northwind to get some field position early in this game. Here is Morgan White. Kick almost took that mark. Battle for it on the first side. In there is Shoebridge. Battle, and there's a whistle, and it'll be free kick to the Revolution. So, kick down the line. Long, high kick. Bounces around a little bit out there. Ooh, there's a big tackle. And there's a free kick given to the Northwind. And I believe there's a handball. Well, kick towards the middle. And that's Ian Oiler. Formerly the Halifax Dockers, but actually been in Australia for the last couple of years. They expect a lot of Oiler in this game.
Yeah.
Kick, and that just was going nowhere other than Zane Zovak. And that gets control for the Revolution.
It's one of the names out of the poetic scrapbook of sports names, and Zane Zovak right out of there with the late Zarli Zalapski, as that one is kicked forward by the Canadians. That one is going deep and into the pocket. Over to get to it, there was Matteo Lugarini, who scored the first goal in the last game that these two teams played, which was the 49th Parallel Cup, the AFL Transatlantic Cup in 2024. The USA winning that game going away and eventually losing to Ireland in the grand final a couple of days later in an exciting set of matches. As the ball will come back up on the far side now. Ball goes up high in the air, gets knocked down over in the middle, knocked forward there by big bad Daniel Brown and his band of renown. Sister, by the way, professional volleyball player, Julia Brown, as the ball gets knocked forward, up over the top. Here come the Canadians as a big tackle put in, and the umpire said, I don't believe there was any prior opportunity. And we'll have a ball up, and it will be in the half-forward flank position. Ball goes up high in the air once again. Ball goes to ground. Chasing after it is Clyde Simpson. Picked up by Canada, however. Looks again for Bausch. Couldn't handle the luggage. Now it's picked up once again. Out to the near side. Again, that is Connor Sheehan, and a whistle, and a free kick going to Canada. And they may have a shot for goal here. And we'll see who has the ball. In fact, it will be Sheehan, and Sheehan will have a crack.
Sheehan of the Halifax Dockers. This will be a long kick, but looks like he might be going for goal. We'll see. The run-up. It's a big one. It looks right, and I believe it stays right for the first point of the game, which is a behind.
Payable Apps scoreboard, Canada Northwind 1, USA Revolution 0. So we'll put the ball back into play, and I believe that's Joel Friesen, or if not, we'll find out soon enough. Out to the near side, it is Gelati, who was on that Transatlantic Cup team. Fair bit of guys from TAC, and he is one of them. Zach McKinney is another one. This one comes straight down the ground. Oh, almost taking a nice mark. Put a good spoil there. Big tackle being put in there. Going after it is Zovac once again. And now ball is cryogenically frozen in there, just like Walt Disney's head. And we'll have a ball up directly in front of us. 1-0 the Northwind. Almost 5 minutes gone.
That clearance goes to the Revolution. Picked up, though, by Euler. He gets it to Bush. Handballs it, gets it back. Quick tackle there by Simpson. And it will be a ball up in midfield. It's only a very competitive start. Nyston on, goes to Capilla. Kicks it down. Nice pickup there by Lugarini. Kicks it to the hot spot, too far for anyone to mark. Nice pickup there by the Revolution defender, and handballs it. And a series of handballs. Defended there by Sheehan, but they get it away to the, and there's a mark there by number 23, Sam Murphy.
Sam Murphy, who at one time played in the Waffle with West Perth. And that one is McKinney, who tried to handball but was cut off at the pass. Canada has it right back. Goes up to the far side now, and it is through, but stolen again. Big bump in there, big kick, and it was smothered and covered like some Waffle House hash browns, but you wouldn't know that because you don't have them up here. Meanwhile, here is McKinney, who goes back the other way, sending this one inside the 40-meter arc. Over the top, it'll roll, it'll skip, it'll hop. One-on-one contest at Saleh Taibji against Morgan White. The Quebecer wins that one over the man who currently plays for Seattle, and the ball rolls out. It's still in play. Carpenter Wanyanwu gets the ball back out, looking for Thorne, who couldn't get to it. He was a thorn in the side of the ball, but Canada has it and sends it back the other way up the wing position. It kicks everybody, goes into the hands. Now it's Murphy, a little 1-2 do-si-do. Good handballs around to Clyde Simpson, who puts that one on to the right. High in the air. Who is up to get it? Nobody, at least not in white. A guy on the other team, Canada, has it in their back left pocket.
Very short kick. It'll find grass, but Northwind keep possession. Quick tackle there. And picking it up is Shoebridge. Get it down. Gets it in the hands of Zane Zovac. And a handball. And there is a whistle and a free kick, which will go in Zane Zovac's hands. Zovac. See what he does here. Taking his time. It's a play on. Kicks down the line, and that's right in the hands of, couldn't see the number there. That's Euler, couldn't take the mark. Nice defensive there. There's a tackle, and let's see. No, play on is the call. Picking it up is Simpson. It's on the ground. Another tackle here. With the ball is Bush. And there's a whistle, and this will be a ball up.
Derek Shotwell in there for the U.S., man who's played for both Cincinnati and Columbus in Ohio. Hit out one by Murphy to the advantage of Clyde Simpson. Simpson goes down. In there as well is Tykowski, man from St. Louis. Umpire crosses himself, and we'll have a ball up. The Revos and the last couple of games, and I'll say the last couple of Parallel Cup games have been close. The last time these two teams played in the Parallel Cup, the U.S. hung on to a 3-point victory in a game that looked assured that Canada had the momentum in the fourth quarter to go on and win, but they didn't complete the task. Nice one-handed mark taken, and back the other way they come up the near side, but almost intercepted. Gelati's going to get to it on two hops, being chased down there by Sheehan. Left-footed kick now inside the arc, going up high, knocked down, looking for McClure. And there was Tyabji. McClure gets it, gets the handball out. Tykowski had the scramble just to get it. Big tackle put in to get it away. Big hit! And he is Gone gone. And Derek Shotwell was like a librarian. He came out of nowhere and sent them into next week. My goodness gracious. Any harder than that, his ancestors would have felt it. And the ball will come all the way back to Stork McClure. McClure sends this one cutting through the wind. Does it have the distance? No, it's just touched on the line. And the ball is still in play, and a tackle was made. And I believe it will be a ball up, knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah, very dangerous position here for the Revolution. The Canada will hope to defend. Does clear on that kick, though picked up by the Revolution. This is Martin Del Campo. Batted away by the Northwind defense, and it's over the line for a boundary throw-in.
U.S., I think the key here is to use their height and use their strength. The Canadians have some tall players, but the Revos, they have so many tall players they can platoon and work in and out, and that will be the key. As the ball comes out in front, McKinney across the body, but there was a whistle in front. And in fact, it is going to be a free kick going the other way, so that ain't going to count. And the U.S. still has not gotten on the board in the first half of this first quarter.
And an opportunity for the Northwind to get out of danger a little bit. There's a mark by Sheehan. On the line, here's a handball. Handball back to Sheehan from Walker. Doing a lot of handballs through the middle here. Here's Bush bouncing to Euler, but he's tackled without the ball, so this will be a free kick to Euler, and he didn't give the ball back after having it, but not called for the 25-meter penalty, but
pretty lucky, I would say.
Euler seeing what he can do with it. As I say, he's certainly a player they have some high hopes in this game. That's a nice kick, but and there's a whistle and a free kick here given to number 33, Jason Nyston. You'd think that this is going to be a kick at goal. Not much of an angle.
I think he has
pretty big kick.
I was going to say, I think he has the berries, and if I remember correctly, he kicked one in the last game in Racine 3 years ago.
He is a big kick, so we'll see what he can do. It's a kick. It looks pretty good. And no, it looked like it went a bit right, and that will be the second point of the game and the second behind. So on the Payable Apps scoreboard, it is the Canada Northwind, no goals, 2 behinds, 2 points to no score for the USA Revolution.
Putting the ball back into play, looks like Julian Reese, that would be, wearing 23 there up on the far side. That one is sent down the line, off the hands, and then into the hands of someone else. Nyston again, inserting himself in the play. And then it is Donald Lee, another tall drink of water in Stephen Barr's arsenal.
Looked like Nyston batted that ball intentionally, so it was certainly a nice play there.
It was.
The Northwind have been looking to play with a little more pizzazz than certainly they played in a little more attack than what they played at the Transatlantic Cup.
And that's, I was going to say, a great battle in there between Lee and Nyston, as there was Carpenter Wanyanwu, who was in there up high. Lee almost took the mark over the top. Big tackle. My goodness, they are heavy hitters out there, as it looks like a demolition derby. There was a weird volley kick-looking thing, but it worked out nicely. Overran everybody. Martin Del Campo keeps it to himself, and I think it may have been hands to the face. It is. It's going to go against the man from the LA Dragons, and it will be a free kick to the Northwind. It is Barthelson who will send this one into the pocket. Going after it there is both Lugarini and Jeff Coventry, who has some Canadian football experience in him. And now back the other way, runs through, had the ball poke loose. He is gone, as getting chased down was Justin Hammond. And it's a free kick to Coventry, 50 meters out.
Coventry. Short kick. It looks good. And there's a mark there to number 19, Eric Klein.
Well weighted.
Yeah, very well done. Will Klein kick for goal here. Still looking for our first goal in this game. 2 points to the Northwind, none to the Revolution. We are approaching 6.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Klein with the kick. It looks like it's well left. And see if they can get a market. They can't. Picked up, though, in the pocket. It goes towards goal. I believe it hit a post. It did. So that will be the third behind. So that's on the Payable Apps scoreboard. The Canada Northwind, no goals. 3 behinds, 3 points to no points for the USA Revolution.
We'll see the stats at quarter time, but the Northwind, I think, have had way more of the territorial advantage, and especially these inside 50s. And the Revolution right now very much on their heels, and they want to, it's bend not break time. They'll get a free kick here as Lee, go ahead.
You wonder if they'll rule chances missed if things change as this game goes on. But they do have the ball again here, and it's kicked towards Bush, and we'll get the mark there.
And so it is Bush who sends this one up on the far side now, and it is marked nicely once again by Coventry, and he was not happy with, I believe that was Christian Merritt, who was on him like a coat hanger. And so, Merritt not happy with the lack of a call there, and it's a nice mark over the top and taken by Tersini, who
wide open there.
Yeah, so. He's been around a long time, so Tersini will have a chance to kick a goal.
Yeah, kick at goal here. You think not much of an angle, so there's a big battle at the goal line there. It looks pretty good, and they like it. There's the first goal of the game. And the Northwind now with a bit of a start that they really needed and wanted on the Payable Apps scoreboard. It's 1 goal, 3 behinds, 9 points to USA Revolution, no score.
Yeah, fantastic goal by the veteran Tersini, and he's, I remember getting snake bit in 2015, having a lot of opportunities, but he kicked that one straight and majestic like a flatulent moth and just snuck that one inside the right upright, and the Northwind up 9-0.
And there was a series of marks getting there to the dangerous spot. Didn't see that a lot in the women's game. That partially the conditions. The conditions are much better now, and I think we're going to see a different game here on the men's just because of the conditions are more favorable to skill type situations here.
And a great job by Tersini to get open. I don't know where the defense was on that, but he did such a good job.
Wide open. The coaching staff of the Revolution certainly won't be happy with that.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of 90s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a little two-raff as the ball is up on the far side. It is 9-0 to the Northwind. We've got 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Brian Barish and David Smith here with you in beautiful Kelowna, British Columbia. As we have mentioned, the rain for now has cleared out. It is the clouds are slightly weepy, as Vin Scully used to say, as it is up on the far side, and the Americans trying to get something going. Tyabji was taken down with a half Nelson as it was handed out. Here come the Northwind up the far side, up one-on-one contest. Almost that would have been a hell of a mark had he taken it, but the ball goes to ground. It is picked up. We have a whistle, and it's going to be high contact, and it will go the way of the USA. They'll play on quickly with Eric Anderson. And it is marked in the half flank this time by Simpson, who sends this one in. Oh, what a nice snag. Oh, nice snag there. And the Northwind will send it back, playing a little aerial ping pong, finds a nice mark. Great positioning, great job of finding the mark by the Northwind, and that's really been the difference in this first quarter.
Really good decisions with the ball, and then that was one of the things certainly that didn't happen a lot at the Transatlantic Cup, so a really good start here by the Northwind. Smart passes, not trying to do too much, but and players getting open. So it's been a really good start for the Northwind. Just over 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. They lead by 9, 1 goal, 3 behinds. But it's a free kick currently to the Revolution. Kick down the line, off the hands of White. White's a veteran of this sport. Veteran of AFL Quebec, and it's a free kick here to the Northwind. Oh, what a mark that was. That is
Coventry.
A strong mark by Coventry, who's just the strength of Coventry. You can see as a pro or a former professional athlete, just the strength of his is really impressive. Long kick, bump, but there's a nice mark there for the Revolution in Derek Nutty. And that kick goes a little bit awry. Picked up, though, by Gigadi. And
it's a free kick.
Free kick and a tackle. So another chance here for the Northwind. Just over a minute left here in the first quarter.
Oof.
Been a good one for the Northwind so far. Lots of time left in this game, though. Here's a kick off the ground and a nice diving mark by Capilla. Toronto area player. He can be pretty dynamic at times. So here's a free kick.
Plays his football at Sam Smith Park on the banks of Lake Ontario, up on the far side now. And it is held up. There is the 22. I believe that is Joel Friesen, who we initially had as number 3. That the U.S., I think, in some ways now getting in their own way as Canudi spoiled 2 of his own. 3 members of the same team were going for the ball.
And here's a free kick to Ian Euler.
So here is
again a guy that Northwind likes to have the ball in these sorts of circumstances. So here's a big kick, and he's a good ball user. It is a long to the hot spot. Lots of players around. It goes in Northwind's hands, but a quick tackle prevents any kick at goal. Here it's now handball on the ground now. Here is Daniel Brown, and there is the horn to end the first quarter, which you have to say was a happy quarter for the Northwind. 1 goal, 3 behinds, 9 points to no score for the Revolution.
This is an early test for Stefan Barr. You know, he's coached his Austin Crows team to all those championships. Can he do it with the national team? Still plenty of time, but now is where you earn your keep, so to speak.
And on the Northwind side, you have a very experienced coach in Sean Goodyear. He's seen every single circumstance that can happen in footy. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting second quarter, I think. Can the Revolution flip the script, as it were, from that first quarter? But we're going to take a break and let our sponsors have a word. You're watching the 2026 49th Parallel Cup on the AFL Canada YouTube channel. This online broadcast of the 2026 49th Parallel Cup is brought to you by Payable Apps. Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Cooper Equipment Rentals. Safe, reliable, on time. It's the Cooper difference. Tribal Sport. Smith & Sons General Contractors. Big White Ski Resort. Real Deal Australian Meat Pies. The Exhale Brew Company. And by the City of Kelowna.
Play for fun. Play for fitness. Play for glory. Play for community. Play for club. Play for country. Play for each other. Play because you love playing. Play footy. Visit AFLCanada.com and find a club near you today.
Make sure our equipment is always working so our customers can get the job done.
The service we provide has a lot of moving parts. I make sure the parts on those machines are maintained.
We are all responsible for maintaining quality service here. It's the Cooper difference.
Payable Apps is thrilled to be the official streaming partner of the 2026 Parallel Cup. Whether you're chasing down team registration and jersey fees for the new season or launching your next small business, Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Less time chasing payments, more time on the field. Head to payableapps.com today and get started.
home you love no longer fits the life you live, you don't always need to leave it behind. At Smith & Sons, we transform existing homes through carefully planned second-story additions and complete full-gut renovations. From concept and design to construction, we bring experience, communication, and craftsmanship to every stage. Proudly building across British Columbia's Okanagan, from Kelowna through Vernon to Salmon Arm. Smith & Sons, renovate your home, transform the way you live.
Back here to Kelowna, BC for the first quarter of the men's championship game of the 49th Parallel Cup. And by the eye test, it looked like the Northwind were the better users of the ball, but what does the stats say, Brian?
The stats would back you up on that, Dave. Look at the marks total, 17-8, and I think what they're doing is they're switching the play effectively. I know that a lot of club teams in the U.S., you don't see that a lot, but the heads-up play really is doing them good, and they're taking advantage. They haven't cashed in, as you see, 1 goal from 4 scoring shots, but 9 trips inside 50. The tackles are just about even. They're also getting those clearances as well, especially those center clearances. So, again, it's up to see what Steph Barr does, if he throws the magnets around, what he does to get his team in the game and on the board.
Yeah, what notable is those marks is how many of those, I mean, we were not keeping the uncontested mark total, but a lot of them were uncontested. Yeah. Certainly the coaching staff of the Revolution, that would have to be a discussion in their huddle in terms of how many uncontested marks there were in that first quarter.
Yeah, and that I think is just a matter of just communication on the defensive side, and you know that they'll be talking about that in their particular huddle. They just have to play closer to the player to the player and their man and close that down. And then the Northwind just have to do it. Be patient. You don't have to rush anything. You really don't, especially when you're up. If you can control and dictate the pace of this game, especially against the team, as I said, that has a little bit of a height advantage, I think that's the key to victory for them. But so far they're executing well.
Yeah, there's a balance between being aggressive and being smart, and right now they have that balance down really well, I would say. And certainly one of the things the Northwind were looking for in this game was to be more aggressive, but also be more smart. Because sometimes you can be over-aggressive, but they haven't been doing that. So good job for the Northwind in that first quarter. But we'll see if that continues here in the second. As I say, on the Payable Apps scoreboard, it's 1 goal, 3 behinds, 9 points to no score for the Revolution. And as we're about ready to get underway here in the second quarter in this beautiful, and it is now beautiful, we can see the mountains in the background from Rutland Recreation Park as the rain has stopped, thankfully, and it's actually 14 degrees, so it has gone up a degree. So
gone up
I know everybody's been wanting the weather report. There we go. Meteorologist and play-by-play, but we're ready for the Tribal Sport Ball Up, and here's Brian Barish.
Second quarter is underway, and Murphy hit it out, but not to advantage. And the Canadians and Lucas Rathgeb, who had a fantastic Transatlantic Cup, is able to steer it forward. And we have a whistle, and it will be a free kick going the way of the USA and Gabriel Martin Del Campo. Little chip kick, and there is what the Canadians were doing to the Americans as he finds Justin Hammond. Little handball around, out the back now, out to the near side, looking for Merritt, who picks it up on a hop, has to cycle it back. Handball didn't come up, and it creates a dangerous situation as Canada wins it. Oh, he got caught, he got collected high afterwards. And, in fact, it will be a free kick going the way of Eric Quine. I think that was incidental contact, but, I mean, it was just in the form of play. There was nothing malfeasant about that is the word I was looking for.
And Northwind will certainly take the free kick here. Another opportunity to go into their forward 40. That ball goes to a bunch of players and in the hands of the Revolution. This kick going towards Thorne. He can't collect it, but it looks like there's a hold of the jumper. No, it's going the Northwind way. So that's the Mason Shoebridge. So the second quarter has started the way the first mostly went. Here's a kick, and that was not in the in Boucher's best place. So back come the Revolution off the hands of number 13, lucky number 13, Tybee. And here's a free kick to the Revolution. No, it's a ball up, sorry.
Yep.
And in there is Nyston and Murphy on the ruck. kick towards. Well, that's way over, and that will be a free kick to the Northwind.
Skills letting down the Revolution here. They haven't really done themselves any favors in this early going.
Should be noted right in front of the Smith & Sons bar area. Thanks to Smith & Sons for their sponsorship and their generator.
Thank goodness. And it is a well-oiled machine when there's oil in it, as there's
gas. Perhaps.
Yes, oil. Yeah, you know what I mean.
One of those petroleum products.
Petrol, as our fans would say, is out of petrol. As the ball comes back, did I just go into Bluey? I think I did. This game has definitely been very difficult as we have another rolling maul situation and another ball up. Brian Barish, by the way, alongside David Smith, glad to have your company. As a free kick has been awarded to Eric Anderson, formerly of the Portland Steelheads, now playing his football for the Sacramento Suns. Sends it across the face. Is somebody waiting?
Oh, what a defensive mark that was by 26
Stephen Walker. Woo, he was like Luke Skywalker on that one. My goodness gracious, what a mark. And back the other way now comes Daniel Brown and his band of renown, who sends this one back, and it's going to be just paddled in by Zach McKinney. Up on the far side now, McKinney throws his body after it. So too does McAvilly. And wrapping him up again is Mark McClure, the man they call Stork. We should say we saw Zane Zovac go off with a shoulder injury a little bit earlier.
There's a replay of that nice mark there by
Walker. Yeah,
that is a contested mark. That was beautiful and clutch. You're talking that could be 6 points and it's nothing. So that's the type of play you need to win games like this for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we're in the pocket for well, not really in the pocket, just outside the 40-meter arc. So this is a free kick given to the Revolution. So they're going to have another forward 40 entry here. They're still looking for their first points in this matchup. 9-0 lead here for the Northwind. Still plenty of time left in this matchup, though. Free kick. I think he'd be looking for a teammate here. Maybe not. It's not quite the journey, and that's batted away. Is it through for it is for behind. So that will be, they have broken the goose egg, not necessarily the 6 points they wanted, but it is a behind for the Revolution, and that's 1 goal, 3 behinds, 9 points for the Canada Northwind, 1 behind, 1 point for the Revolution.
Well, now they've had the experience of scoring a goal inside the arc. Now they just got to convert that into 6 points. As the ball is back the other way now for the Northwind, sending this one back in and going away to get through it, and breaking away was Jason Nyston, who has a really strong player. They turn it over, however. Here is Merritt, dances away, and they get it back out to the near side. It bounces once, twice, picked up by Sam Murphy, and Murphy was going backward, and he's taken down by Rathkeb, who gets the free kick, and then smothers the football as Rathkeb was trying to play on quickly. So all of that kind of really washes out, which is a shame for the Canadian side because they caught the Americans going backwards. Murphy was trying to find an option going backwards, and when he lost the ball, that really set up Rathkeb, but Murphy did an amazing job of recapture, of really recalibrating and coming back. Big shove put in there nicely by Morgan White right in front of us. They work it around, does Kenny Boudreau, over to the man in Trent Loosemore, loosey-goosey, sending the ball across the outside. Another BCAFL guy as the ball gets knocked down, going to get picked up. Over to get to it is Hunter Murray. Murray now swings it around as they look to work another inside 15, another clearance. Ball gets knocked free. That was Klein. He gets taken down, and advantage is paid.
Kick downfield. Nice defensive play there by the Northwind player. Now a lot of players around the ball. Here is Gigliotti. Kick toward not many players in the forward 40 for the Revolution right now. Couldn't get it was Ben Carpenter-Wayanu. And it's a free kick here given to the Northwind. So they're going to have a chance to go through. We have already played over 6.5 minutes here in the second quarter. And the Northwind still lead by 8. That's not the best kick, but picked up by the Northwind by number 12, Hunter Murray. Short kick, then it goes to Euler. Euler, kick, nice kick, but not able to be picked up by Nyston. There's a whistle and a free kick to the Revolution.
And the Revos, this is a game now, they're starting to get a little bit better, but as they handball it on. Now sending this one up on the far side. One-on-one contest. Chasing all the way back is Loosemore, who gets away. Now a little shovel. Murphy being pursued and just getting the ball away from Chris Moaning. And back the other way come the Americans. Is sending this one up high, but a nice mark taken by White. And White had to shake himself away from two defenders there. He thought about going out to the left, now thinks better of it, and goes for another uncontested option, this time in Klein, who takes it in the right halfback flank for the Canadians, who lead 9-1 on the Payable Apps scoreboard. A reminder, the Canadians have not won against the Americans on the men's side since 2007, and there's still plenty of time in this. There's a free kick, and they're going to get another chance up in the middle.
Here's Nyston with the free kick. As one expect a big kick. And there's a mark there. I believe that's Lugarini. Probably too far to score, but perhaps not. It's a pretty big kick if I remember. Conditions so much better here for this game than it was the women's game.
And the earlier men's game, too.
For sure. Here's a big kick. It looks to be not have the... It goes in the hands, though, of the Northwind. Kick. Is that it? I believe that's a goal. A Northwind goal kicked off the ground. And that will be the second goal for the Northwind. I believe that was Ian Euler. So the former Halifax Docker gets a goal here for the Northwind. They're second. And on the Payable Apps scoreboard, that's 2 goals, 3 behinds, 15 points for the Northwind, 1 behind for the Revolution. And again, that's almost like what you saw in the first game where it's just you get a goal of nothing.
We'll call that a Connor McDavid because that was a timely goal by an Oiler. Fantastic job in front. And that's, I think, one of the cool things about this sport. There's a lot of improvisation. You know, a lot of the skills, you know, you talk about perfecting the drop punt and the handball and different types of kicks and positioning and everything else. But the ball, the way that the ball bounces can change in an instant. And just to have the presence of mind to slot home that goal, fantastic job by Euler. Great pressure by the Canadians to get that goal and extend the lead. And it's now out to 14 points on the Payable Apps scoreboard, and we still have 10 minutes to go in this second term. Out of the ruck they go. U.S. trying to get this back through McKinney, sending this one up high, almost taken by McClure. There's the crumbs. Tyabji was taken down, but I don't think there was any prior opportunity. The umpire agrees with me and calls for a ball up about 30 meters in front. Ball up will occur. Ball goes up high in the air. Again, that is McClure. Stork, the former Red Sox, here's, great smother. Great smother by Shoebridge off the foot of Shotwell. There is a chance from an odd angle. I don't know if it went inside the post or not, and in fact it did. So it is the second point for the Revos. They're on 2 behinds. They trail now by 13. Canada 2-3-15 Payable Apps scoreboard.
Northwind will try to clear. Here's Morgan White on the uncontested mark there. But there's a mark there by number 8 of the Revolution, David Thorne. So this will be another chance. He shakes off a tackle, kicks high, but it goes left and not long enough. And a defensive mark taken by Morgan White, which we've said a few times already in this game. Uncontested mark there for Hunter Murray. As the Northwind try to get out of their defensive part of their field. And there's a whistle. I believe it's a down. Well,
no, I think they're going to restart this, and we could hear umpire Kevin Murray, the explanation. We didn't quite pick it up, but in any event, all of that's just going to be a restart.
And it starts basically how the.
All right. The clarification. Thanks, Rob. The clarification was that the defense, the U.S. did not come far back enough. but they have the ball momentarily through Shotwell, and now here is the Northwind, and picking this one up. Oh, good again, affecting the kick, and the Northwind have done a fantastic job. They have not had any inches to breathe to get a kickoff. Lee comes over, so too does Takowski, who is not paid the mark as it was deflected on the way through, and in fact the ball has gone over and out, and it's a boundary throw-in.
That was Jim Ortel with the hand on it before he was able to.
Yeah.
Ortel, if there's a thing as a veteran of footy, that's Ortel.
He's been around like snake oil. He's been around forever.
He's been around since gold judges had the white coats.
Yes.
Anyway, maybe not that long. Ball bouncing around different players here between both teams. Picked up nicely there by the Revolution's player number 15, Merritt, but the kick lets him down, and that'll be a free kick. Oh, on the full to number 25, Mason Shoebridge.
Shoebridge back left pocket, sends this one up high. Crowd forms, and Lee, who was the defender there, was cleared out by Friesen, and Lee had to go all the way back down. Got not a great handball off. Good job by Burke to corral it. Not picked up, and the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds right in front of us. Here's Rob Munn, who played in that game earlier for the USA development side. Chucks the ball back into play. Lee wins the hit out to advantage, but right into a defender. And again, Canada has been right on top of the Americans, and the mark is taken there by Jeff Coventry.
Coventry kicks further down the field off the hands of Lugarini. Several players there. Here's a handball to number 4, Sheehan. Sheehan kicks to the hot spot. Can he pick up the ball here? It can't, and the Revolution defense will clear. Here's oh no, he doesn't pick up the mark. Was number 21, Gabe Martin del Campo. Here's a little squibber kick. Close to the line, right nearly in front of it. That goes over the line and will be a boundary throw-in off the hands of Jason Neiston.
Man, the action is picking up. The Canadians, I think, every moment that passes and every little thing that they do, those 1%ers, their confidence really has to grow. Ball comes spinning back into play. Lee wins the hit out to Martin Del Campo. A couple of LA Dragons hooking up there, sending that one into the pocket, and it will bounce once over the boundary line and out of bounds. A reminder, we still have one more game left, a women's development match. The scheduled time is 3:45 Pacific. That may get pushed back. We did start 10 minutes late, so keep an eye on, if you're watching this on YouTube, we have one more link for you to follow. As the ball comes down, coming all the way back there and picking that one up is Hurley. Hurley got a handball off. That should be kicking in danger. It is, and perhaps a little too much by David Thorne there, and it will be a free kick going the other way for the Northwind, who send it right down the middle. Not almost taking the mark, going backwards. Neiston got the handball off, trying to pick that one up. He goes in for a second bite of the cherry and gets it. Coventry scrambles back, has all sorts of room to operate, goes for the left side. Great job by Lee, however, to pick it off. It didn't go 15, so not a free kick. Ball gets sent in high, gets knocked down, all the way back to get it. Picked up there once again by Euler, who has one of the 2 goals. Tersaini has the other, and it's a free kick to the Americans through Shotwell, who gets rid of it quickly. Almost taking a one-handed mark there was McAvilly, who stays with it, and then a whistle is called, and the U.S. is going to get a free kick from dead in front. And it will be Steve McAvilly from the Denver Bulldogs, who plays on quickly. Will this be their first? It is. He likes it. His teammates like it. Most importantly, the goal umpires like it. And Steve McAvilly has kicked his first goal with the USA Revolution, and boy, did they need it. Payable Apps scoreboard with 4 minutes to go in the first half. The Revos 1-2-8, the Northwind 2-3-15.
Yeah, it could come at a better time, certainly for the Revolution. Late here in this second quarter. Still 4 minutes left, but certainly you didn't want to go through a whole half without kicking a goal, so it certainly has made this game a lot closer. Again, Canada with 15 points, the Revolution with 8, a 7-point lead. Still 2 kicks. Off the ruck, it goes to number 4, Clyde Simpson. Short pass and ball on the ground. Several players around And there's a whistle. And another free kick to the Revolution. They certainly have some momentum going for their way right now. Here's a long kick to a contest. And there's another whistle and another free kick to the Revolution. So you would have to think this will be another kick at goal. And it's Stephen McEvie.
Yeah, McAvilly, who yeah, it's okay. He was taken down without the pill. And he, curious, they work it across, however, all the way back, but the Canadians have parried away another attack, and it's Jim Ortel, I believe, who takes that one. Long, nice mark! Oh, he read that all the way to Jason Nyston, and he did it up against both Lee and Derek Canutti. He fakes Lee out of his athletic supporter, now sends this one inside the 50-meter arc, going up high through the hands there of Murphy, rather of Friesen, as the ball bounds away, going to get picked up. Now they got to get out of jail. Does Jawadi. He goes all the way back. Dangerous idea, but for now it works out, and all alone is Hammond, who takes the mark and will play on quickly. Not a great handball. Merritt, however, another veteran, is able to control it. 1-on-1 contest. This is a good one, and the ball goes off the legs there of Chris Moaning, over the boundary line and out of bounds. 2 minutes to go in the first half, still a 7-point lead.
And it's another time to note that there is no lasso rule here,
yes.
So it only is a free kick if it is deliberate out of bounds between the arcs. So a little bit different if you're an AFL watcher from what you might be used to. So this is picked up there by Ortel. Ball on the ground. There is McKinney for the Revolution. It gets batted to Hammond. Back comes McKinney. Kicks down into their forward 40. That's fisted away. Goes outside the arc. Kicked forward. Bit of soccer going on here. Batted forward towards Thorne. Batted back here to McKee.
Ooh!
And there's a big tackle by number 7, Ryan Barthelson.
That's the sound that tackle made.
Some furious defending here for the Northwind. Quick kick here by Shotwell, but that shot doesn't reach the goal line. And a kick, and no, not a mark, not far enough. Loosemore had to give it back. That kick doesn't go to Moaning's hands. Kick again by the Revolution. It's off hands, and there's a mark right in front of the big sticks, and that's Mark McClure.
Big Stork takes the mark, and the man from the Columbus Cats, he was picked for the 2017 International Cup and did his knee a month before, ended up not making the trip, and he will go back. Yep.
Very little time left here in the second quarter.
Needs to kick this goal.
Might be the last kick of the quarter. And that looks perfect. And that will be the second goal for the Revolution. And there's the horn. So basically right at the horn, they kick their second, and it's only a 1-point lead for the Northwind now on the Payable Apps scoreboard. It's the Canada Northwind, 2 goals, 3 behinds, 15 points to the USA Revolution, 2 goals, 2 behinds, 14 points.
Better quarter from the Revolution in the second half, but I think now, to quote the old Australian adage, this game is harder to pick than a broken nose. I think both teams are playing well. I think you have to give that quarter to the U.S. Obviously, they outkicked the Canadians 2-1, but this is shaping up to be a really good second half.
Oh, this has been a fantastic contest, and there's no reason to think it won't be in the second half, as both teams have had stretches of play where, they really have taken control. You might say that the Northwind would rue some chances they've had in their forward 40, but as I say, we have a barn burner here after one half. And we're going to step aside so that our sponsors can have their words, and you're watching the 49th Parallel Cup on AFL Canada's YouTube channel.
This online broadcast of the 2026 49th Parallel Cup is brought to you by Payable Apps. Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Cooper Equipment Rentals. Safe, reliable, on time. It's the Cooper difference. Tribal Sport. Smith & Sons General Contractors. Big White Ski Resort. Real Deal Australian Meat Pies, the Exhale Brew Company, and by the City of Kelowna.
Play for fun. Play for fitness. Play for glory. Play for community. Play for club. Play for country. Play for each other. Play because you love playing. Play footy. Visit AFL-Canada.com and find a club near you today.
I make sure our equipment is always working so our customers can get the job done.
The service we provide has a lot of moving parts. I make sure the parts on those machines are maintained.
We are all responsible for maintaining quality service here. It's the Cooper difference.
Payable Apps is thrilled to be the official streaming partner of the 2026 Parallel Cup. Whether you're chasing down team registration and jersey fees for the new season or launching your next small business, Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Less time chasing payments, more time on the field. Head to payableapps.com today and get started.
When the home you love no longer fits the life you live, you don't always need to leave it behind. At Smith & Sons, we transform existing homes through carefully planned second-story additions and complete full-gut renovations. From concept and design to construction, we bring experience, communication and craftsmanship to every stage. Proudly building across British Columbia's Okanagan from Kelowna through Vernon to Salmon Arm. Smith & Sons, renovate your home, transform the way you live.
This online broadcast of the 2026 49th Parallel Cup is brought to you by Payable Apps. Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Cooper Equipment Rentals. Safe, reliable, on time. It's the Cooper difference. Tribal Sport. Smith & Sons General Contractors. Big White Ski Resort. Real Deal Australian Meat Pies. The Exhale Brew Company. And by the City of Kelowna. Hello and welcome back to Rutland Recreation Park in Kelowna, British Columbia. A halftime of the men's 49th Parallel Cup Championship game. And Brian, the scoreboard says it was pretty even. It's a 1-point lead for the Northwind, but what does the stats say?
Look at those marks, 30-12, and that really shows that the Canadians are really doubling down on their, and I'm curious as to how many of those were uncontested.
Yeah, a lot of uncontested
marks, and I think that was something that they really want to clean up. The free kicks, though, relatively even. The Americans got many more inside 50s inside the second, and everything else is pretty much even across the board. It's that mark and the marks, and right now the Canadians, I think they have to take it into this third quarter, and again, don't panic. Try and keep everything, again, as long as you're maintaining the pace.
And we did talk about, though, that they may rule those inside 40s, as it turns out, for this particular field, that they didn't get more scoreboard pressure from it. And you'd have to think after the Revolution kind of made their response that right now they're ruing, that they didn't have a bit more scoreboard pressure there in the first quarter.
Yeah, we're seeing some of that here. This was a goal from Tersini, which was the first goal of the game for them. And then this opportunity in front, you see how much pressure the Americans are putting on, but still making something out of nothing, Ian Euler, to get their second goal of the game. Here comes the first American, and in fact, there is the confirmation that it was Mark McClure, who now has both of them after McAvilly found him, and then he will just squeeze this one inside the post. Great job by McClure. He's really stood up. He was the leading goal kicker in the Trans-Atlantic Cup, and our thanks to Payable Apps for those replays. So really, again, this game is really very much on tenterhooks. It could go either way. The Canadians are looking at, can they keep up momentum? Now, can they wrench it back? With the U.S., you have to feel, they've come out of that quarter. They know that they want to be able to kind of see this one out.
Yeah, I mean, it's an obvious statement, obviously, given the fact it's a 1 point difference. But this game definitely on a knife edge. And, both teams would like their chances of winning this game right now. And, you wouldn't even say the Northwind had a terrible second quarter, but the Revolution did seem to have a bit of a response there. So
yeah,
you have to wonder where the Northwind may go there. They're still getting their uncontested marks. They did seem to have some play, but the Revolution certainly had a better second quarter than the first.
This, of course, is the third game of the 4 today, David. We have one more game upcoming, which, as we say, originally scheduled for 3:45 Pacific. That may actually get pushed back a little bit, and if we find out before the broadcast is over, we'll let you know. But just in case you missed the first 2 games of the day, the first match was a men's exhibition match between the Okanagan Roosters, a local side, and the USA Revolution Development side, and the Roosters won 9-13-67 over the Devos 2-2-14. And then in the women's championship match, which just completed, the USA Freedom claimed their first victory in the Parallel Cup since 2013, winning 2-2-14 to 1 behind. And that game especially, I think, was dictated by the conditions. And the great thing about this right now, we've been talking about the weather all day. The weather right now, I mean, this is really good footy weather. There's some low clouds. We can actually kind of see it directly across from us in the mountains. But by and large, I mean, the ground is nice and soft. There is still some moisture, which is still affecting the play a little bit. But the good news is that the weather, at least for the last game and a half, has cleared out.
The overall scoring in that women's match, no doubt affected by the wet conditions, both in terms of your footing as well as the ball being wet. It just, as I say, it would affect every aspect of skill for footy. So this game, thankfully, it has allowed for more skill. You're seeing more marks. The kicks are just straighter, and both teams have had really good stretches in this game. So, if you're a gambling man, I certainly am not.
No.
But it would be tough to know which way to go as we approach the second half.
Yeah, I think it's a question of what can the Americans, at least, can the Revos, can they really seize upon? We see McClure taking all those marks. We see Donald Lee putting his shoulder over the ball. Gabe Martin Del Campo is getting a lot of play in the back line. And then for the Northwind, I mean, the Northwind especially are laying on a lot of hits. Jason Neiston is, I think, right now might be the best player, but some great snags by Stephen Walker, who's playing well. Jeff Coventry is a wrecking ball in the middle of the ground. So this game really, yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't remember, there's been a few instances, you look at the overall, but there's been a few instances where the games have been very close. So I think when you look at the overall, it's kind of misleading when you look at games like this.
I will say Northwind seems to have a lot of their players getting involved, a lot of different players being mentioned. I mean, from Schubert to Bayouche to Neiston to Barcelson, Lugerney, Sheehan, Ortel, there's certainly Euler for sure. It's not just 2 or 3 players that are getting the ball all the time. So we'll see if that does them well into this third quarter, as we have this one. There seems to be a bit of a delay. We're approaching this third quarter, and we're ready to go. And the Tribal Sports ball up. Take it away, Brian Barrett.
Second half about to get underway, and the Americans, the Revos in the white, they are kicking towards the Hemlock Road end to our left, while the Canadians are kicking to the arena to our right, as the umpire will call for a secondary ball up just 10 seconds into this third term. And
perhaps the Smith & Sons bar end, perhaps?
Yes, the Smith & Sons, towards the Smith & Sons beer garden, as this one is...
What a mark that was.
That was a fantastic mark by Jess Coventry. The question is, if you go too far, you'll end up visiting Mississauga. But that's something completely different.
We won't do the spiel. We did that way too much.
Yes.
Anyway, Coventry has had some really strong hands and a strong body so far in this game. So let's see if he has a strong boot. It looks pretty strong. Is it straight? Is it high enough? It is, and it's a goal for Coventry. What a kick! And that is a great response for the Northwind early in this third quarter. And that lengthens out their lead to 7 on the Payable Apps scoreboard. 3 goals, 3 behinds, 21 points to 2 goals, 2 behinds for the USA Revolution, and they're 14 points.
How do you when you're in a boxing match, what do you want at the start of a round? A punch in the gut, and that's exactly what that was. Great mark, great call by David Smith, and that deserved a goal. That was a fantastic kick off the foot of Coventry.
We'll say strong hands, strong body, strong boot. So
stronger than a garlic milkshake, we'll say, as the ball's in the middle of the ground once again.
You and your garlic milkshake.
Yeah, it's what the fans like. Here they come in the middle of the ground as this one is sent down, is almost taking that one over the top. Picked up again by Coventry. He's looking for 2 in a minute. He's not going to get it on this occasion because it got a little too airborne. What do you mean it's too high? Who gives a you-know-what? It's gone. Big takedown off the ball, and I think that's going to get called. It is. It's going to be a free kick, and back the other way comes Salim Hajar, making his USA Revolution debut, plays for the Austin Crows, and goes and finds Martin Del Campo, who sends this one down. 2 revos are over and didn't go up for the mark. And there is Anderson, who gives it to Jawadi, who had a bounce, but the mustard came off the hot dog. Good Shepherd put in there, and then sending one of the Canadian players that may have been Bausch on his Kyber pass. And we'll have a ball up.
That might be the one effect of the rain we've had. It would be a different bounce and a squishier ground, as it were.
On something like this, and it's really difficult because your other option is to literally touch the ball down. That one's going to go out on the full off the part of McKinney, because you're allowed to literally touch the ball to the ground. But the problem is if you have a guy on your hammer like Jawadi did,
there's pressure there for sure.
It's going to take longer, and I think probably, unfortunately for him, it came off. It didn't come off.
It's another uncontested mark there by the Northwind, which has been kind of a theme in a lot of this game. That was always going to go in the hands of Sam Murphy for the Revolution. Handballs it to Gabe Martinville Campo, and here is Giotti. Here's a kick. That would be, it's a mark there. He was open. And this will be a free kick, likely at goal for the Revolution. It's number 17, Mark McClure, who already has 2. So you have to think that you'd like to have him kicking the ball at the big sticks at the moment.
Definitely in his range too, Dave.
The run up. Kicks looks pretty good.
Oh yeah,
that's dead center, but doesn't make the distance, and it's cleared from the goal square. Cleared by the Northwind out of the 40-meter arc, and they gain control. Here is Eric Klein.
Whoop!
Tackle there, and this will be a ball up, and round and round we go as David Thorne spins. I didn't see who it was. It might have been Euler, but we're going to be a ball up regardless here.
And Daniel Brown almost did an involuntary Kerry Strug impersonation. Almost did a random vault there as he kind of went in over top of one of the Canadian players. We'll have a ball up once again. Wing position, opposite side. Again, it's 21-14. Canada the lead, and going all the way back now. Dancing away is Simpson, sending this one in. And Canada able to intercept it through Euler, who has one of the 3 goals. Euler, Tersini, and now Coventry are the 3 goal kickers for the Canadian Northwind. Over to get it is Capilla, who is met quickly, and the ball bounces and is going to be kicked down by Jawadi, sending that one in, and it's nice mark by Lee, but I think, yes, he's going to be paid it. What a mark by D-Rock. He gives the ball off quickly to McKinney, and McKinney got underneath of it, and that may have sailed out on the full. It did. And I was hoping to see Donald Lee back himself and have a kick for a goal. He decided to give it to McKinney, and McKinney unfortunately didn't get good purchase on it and turns it over.
Doesn't look like the right choice in that circumstance, to be honest. And here's a long kick and a mark there. I think by Sheehan. So Northwind with control, kick down the line, off of hands, no mark, but they do gain control. Tackle right away, and there's a whistle, and there'll be ball up. So we have a 7-point lead for the Northwind. Just bats it backward, forward, but it goes right in Revolution hands. But there's another mark, which again, there's been the Northwind mark total has been certainly a feature of their game so far. But that kick doesn't go well from McEvely. Picked up there by Walker. Kick wide, and there is a nice mark by TB.
No, it's Taibji. Saleh Taibji takes the mark, sends this on its way. It's an ugly duck of a ball, and it's a nice mark. And again, that time it was Morgan White. They are just coming up. Not only are they, it's amazing. If it's contested, uncontested, there was almost another one by Bush. As now go back the other way, drop the pill. Over to get to it is Hammond, who went with it. Again, there's a little bit of an afterward, but I think they were just tangled up in knots. Oh, he broke one guy's ankles. My goodness, he left him holding his junior Manx, and then that's going to get paid downfield. It's going to be a free kick to Canada downfield, and the wheels possibly coming off a little bit on the Revolution wagon. And a free kick will come, it looks like, just going back. I believe it's going to be Tersini once again. So he has it wing position on the commentary side with 12.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Canada trying to add to their lead. Punched free into the hands of Canutti. Ball goes into the pocket, picked up, swarmed upon there nicely by Hajar. And then it's went across. The Americans, however, have it in the back, and they need to try and get it out, and they'll try to do through Sue Brown.
Merritt to Brown, and then kick down the line. Couldn't pick it up was Carpenter won Yanwu, and it's over the line and will be a boundary throw-in. So this is a 7-point lead for the Northwind. We are approaching 11.5 minutes left here in this third quarter. Kick down the line, but that's going to go right to the Northwind defender. Some handballs. Good defending here by the Northwind. Patience has been an important feature of this game for the Northwind. Here's another kick. Had to be broken up. Revolution, get the ball. Lots of players around the ball right now. Handball goes forward. And there.
Oh, goodness. And
it's a free kick here for Ryan Barthelson.
Yeah,
for the Northwind.
And I want to call out Gabe Martin Del Campo, who immediately went down to make sure that he was okay because he caught him a little bit high.
There's a high kick. Two Revolution defenders there, but it hits the ground. Tackle there by Calivas. And there's a nice tackle. That will be holding the ball, and a free kick to Tersini. This will be another opportunity for the Northwind. The winds are favorable for them right now. Low laser beam kick. No mark, but it's still in a dangerous position. Ball gets kicked across the face, and it goes over the line. Will be a boundary throw in the pocket of the Northwind scoring end, and they have the 7-point lead. We have passed the halfway point in the third quarter. 7-point lead for the Northwind. It is in their scoring end. The ball comes in. Going after it was Lugarini, but cleared away by the defense of the Revolution, and a little bit of sidestepping and a nice kick there, but not picked up by McLeavely. Ball on the ground. Northwind picks it up. Now it's Sheehan. Sheehan with a big kick. No mark. Defended well by the Revolution. Lots of players went up there, but no one gets it. Here's Boudreau. And there's a mark. Still being, called a free kick here. Plays on quickly to Sheehan. Needs to pick up the ball. He does. Short little kick. To no one in particular. But it gets to Klein. Kick towards the goal. And I believe that's a mark, is it?
It is. It's going to be a free kick in front. And it was marked by Lugarini. And this is going to be Canada's fourth. Yeah.
I think even we could kick this goal, perhaps. Not to put pressure on him or anything. But going up, and he goes. Oh, yeah, dead center. No problem. No problem. It's the fourth goal for the Northwind. And on the Payable Apps scoreboard, it is the Canada Northwind. 4 goals, 3 behinds, 27 points to the USA Revolution. 2 goals, 2 behinds, 14 points. It's a lucky 13-point lead for the Northwind right now.
You can't. I mean, it's again, taking your chances, and the Northwind really have been. And more importantly, I think they're forcing the U.S. into a number of mistakes. I also think the Revolution are making a couple of mistakes on their end as well. That's not really helping their case. But my goodness.
A few unforced errors for sure. But they do have the ball, or going in the right direction right now.
And here comes picking that one up is Hurley, who has it, and he was taken down. And it'll be a free kick the other way. So, or rather a ball up. He was taken out without.
Tackle by Barthelson there, though.
Very good. Here is Murphy, who gets this one on, going to get picked up by McKinney. McKinney sends this one on, 1, 2, 3 hops, going to bounce away, and sending this one all the way back and back to Capilla. Uday Capilla sends this one up the near side. Running after it is Murphy to try and get to it, or check that was Anderson, and then go up big. There's a lot of crash boo opera. It is like a pack of pachyderms out there, and we'll have a ball up on the near side.
Good result for Bush against 2 Revolution there. Ball up, a good result for the Northwind in that circumstance.
7 minutes to go, third quarter. 13-point lead to the Northwind, who are trying to wash away 19 years of sadness. It's been that long since their one and only victory against the USA Revolution in this, their 20th ever meeting. Out to the far side now, and here comes Merritt. He tries to dance away. He's gone. What a fantastic tackle. And then all the way.
Plays with the ball.
Yeah, go.
A big battle here, and a free kick given, but he plays nice and plays on, kicks for the goal, and they like it. It's another one for the Northwind. Neiston with the goal, and they're 5th in this game on the Payable Apps scoreboard. It's 5 goals, 3 behinds, 33 points to the USA Revolution. 2 goals, 2 behinds, 14 points. Opens up a 19-point lead by the Northwind. End-to-end there, results in a goal, and they're an excited bunch for on the Northwind bench.
And they catch the Americans, I think, with their heads down a little bit. They got 2 quick kicks, and Neiston with a little bit of flair outside of the boot. He becomes the 5th goal kicker for the Northwind, and they are running away with this one now. 19 points.
It goes along with what we said earlier, where it's been spread out among the whole team and not been 2 or 3 players that have been doing everything. And so far, it's looking pretty good for the Northwind. We're approaching 5 minutes left here in this third quarter. As I say, 19-point lead for the Northwind. We have a bit of a delay here before the ball's up, but here it goes. One here by the Northwind. Oh, that's a big tackle.
Yep. And just getting up slowly is Euler, but he's okay.
Still just a ball. Here's a ball up. Moaning. But it goes to number 12, Gigotti. Bit of volleyball going on there. Euler with the kick. Big battle. Lots of players with the battle. There is a whistle and a free kick given to the Revolution. I believe it's number 13. Taibji.
Yep, solid.
I have trouble with that name. Thank you, Brian Barish.
Well, and in fact, it wasn't even Taibji. He was the one that came over the back but didn't get the free kick. Saleh's been around a long time. Original member of the Sacramento Suns, now playing in Seattle. But my goodness, it's a 19-point lead now. As up on the far side, it is marked by Morgan White, who takes it. Yep, White will come back the other way.
Not the first time we said that in this game.
Nope, up on the far side, and it's again marked by the Canadians. They'll play this one up the far wing, and big tackle in there. And just back the other way. This is Coventry, who has had a big goal to start this half. And I'll tell you what, they've all been running downhill, it seems like, since that. Getting it out was Julian Reese. Goes back and trying to get it through. This is Friesen. Frosty able to get this one up the far side. Ball gets knocked down. It will almost kind of alligator arming that was Hurley. He didn't want the contact, and I don't blame him. But now it's Coventry who rushes through. Up on the far side, getting it out there was Tykowski, and sending that one up and away, my beautiful. I'm going to stop singing. Never mind. Go ahead.
Please do, Brian Barish. But this will be a ball in.
I got one clap.
Sorry, it'll be. See, your singing just sent me right off. Anyway, a free kick to the Northwind as they have the 19-point lead, just to the left of their bench. Can't see who the player is necessarily. Here's a kick. High kick to a pack of players. There's a whistle. And a free kick given to the Northwind. So this is going to be another opportunity. And I think that's Neiston. See what he does here. They already have a 19-point lead. About 2.5 minutes left here in this third quarter. As Patrick McGeill's always like to say, this is the premiership quarter, and it's been all the Northwind so far. Here's a kick. It's not going to make it to the line. And nice defending there by the Revolution. And a quick tackle, and will be a ball up just in front of the goals here for the Northwind.
2 minutes to go, just about. And it's a 19-point lead. I don't know that I've ever watched a game and I can't speak for the early days, as this one is popped straight up in the air by Neiston, who was driven into the ground for his troubles by Hurley, and everybody kind of was like, wait a minute, what happened? This is Gelati. Has a bounce. This time it comes off. Has a second bounce. Had a little bit of trouble. Thought about a third. Now sends this one down the line. Canada's got numbers, and that one is marked by White, who plays it on quickly. Sending this one inside. Coventry! Didn't get paid the mark, but I think he's going to get it, and he is in a little bit of pain after, I think, getting high tackle. That was a bit of a hospital ball. I believe the call is that he's going to get the free kick, but the trainer ran right onto the field, and time has been stopped. So the clock will stop unofficially with 1:18 to go, and there's a little bit of pushing and shoving afterwards, a little bit of frustration perhaps by the Revos.
This will be a big free kick coming here too late here in the third quarter.
Yep.
But that was a big bump, so we'll see if he's able to take his kick.
And
himself.
I started to say, sorry, David.
I felt the pain from here.
Yeah. I was going to say, listen, as somebody who's had like kidney stones and stuff recently, I don't want to feel any of that pain. But I don't know that at any point the Northwind have had this big of a lead over the Revolution, though their only victory was a 7-point win. So this is heady. This is almost like Eagles in the Super Bowl a few years ago. It's like you don't know what to do.
A high kick, no mark, right in front of the goal, and there'll be a tackle and held up with Tersini with the ball. So we have about a minute left here in this third quarter. 19-point lead for the Northwind. Lots of players around the ball, as you would expect, in front of the goals. It's another ball up. Approaching 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. And that's picked up by Neisted, but he can't get a kick away. Quick little handball from the ground. It's Bouche is there. Now it's Coventry. But the Revolution get the ball and are able to clear it, and it's coming to the line. Doesn't meet there. There's some big bumps.
That was a Canadian sandwich right there.
And
which sounds good. I could go for a Canadian sandwich.
We did just have a sausage.
Yeah, we had a sausage. That was an Australian sandwich. That actually was an Australian taco, because hot dogs are tacos.
Ah.
Except, yeah, I guess that would cover. We had a snag. Ball goes down. Final seconds. In fact, there it is. A 3-0 third term by the Canada Northwind, and we just got to make sure nothing extracurricular is going to come here. But there was a man down. We'll see if we can park the peepers and figure. I think just might be having a cramp, so maybe not that.
Like a cramp, yeah.
But 3-0 in this third quarter. That's all the scoring. The Canada Northwind at three-quarter time, 5 goals, 3 behinds, 33 points. The U.S. Revolution 2-2-14, and I'll tell you what. This game now is the Northwinds to lose, not just because they've got a 19-point lead, but they are very adept, and I'm sure we'll see this bared out in the stats. If they're able to control the ball and get a lot of little marks, they'll be able to see out this victory.
Decision making has been definitely Northwind way in this game, but with this 19-point margin, with the Northwind leading. We're going to take a break, let our sponsors have their words. You are watching the 49th Parallel Cup on the AFL Canada YouTube channel. This online broadcast of the 2026 49th Parallel Cup is brought to you by Payable Apps. Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Cooper Equipment Rentals. Safe, reliable, on time. It's the Cooper difference. Tribal Sport. Smith & Sons General Contractors. Big White Ski Resort. Real Deal Australian Meat Pies. The Exhale Brew Company. And by the City of Kelowna.
Play for fun. Play for fitness. Play for glory. Play for community. Play for club. Play for country. Play for each other. Play because you love playing. Play footy. Visit AFL-Canada.com and find a club near you today.
I make sure our equipment is always working so our customers can get the job done.
The service we provide has a lot of moving parts. I make sure the parts on those machines are maintained.
We are all responsible for maintaining quality service here. It's the Cooper difference.
Payable Apps is thrilled to be the official streaming partner of the 2026 Parallel Cup. Whether you're chasing down team registration and jersey fees for the new season or launching your next small business, Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Less time chasing payments, more time on the field. Head to payableapps.com today and get started.
When the home you love no longer fits the life you live, you don't always need to leave it behind. At Smith & Sons, we transform existing homes through carefully planned second-story additions and complete full-gut renovations. From concept and design to construction, we bring experience, communication, and craftsmanship to every stage. proudly building across British Columbia's Okanagan from Kelowna through Vernon to Salmon Arm. Smith & Sons, renovate your home, transform the way you live.
Hello, we're back at the Rutland Recreation Park in Kelowna, BC. After 3/4 of the men's 49th Parallel Cup matchup, it is the Northwind up by 19 over the Revolution. And do the stats say that the Northwind are dominating this game, or Brian Barish, tell us the stats?
Well, I think, David Smith, it shows that they dominated that third quarter. I mean, look at the marks, 42-19, and that's going to be, I think, the key. If they can keep that, if they can keep up getting those uncontested marks, there's your ball game. The free kicks just about even, 23-17. The inside 50s, you were very close in the second quarter. At halftime, now in the third quarter, you see the Canadians stretching out a little bit of a lead. Tackles are about even, and then the clearances. The Americans have a slight lead in that, but that's not really affecting things too much. I think the Canadians are applying more pressure, as we say they are controlling the play more. I also think they're taking advantage of mistakes, both forced and unforced, for the USA, and really putting them in a position where their backs are against the wall.
From the Northwind point of view, you have to think the two things is keep the pressure on, but also the smart decision making, which I think has been a massive difference in this game. Is this you haven't seen? I can't think of a play in those first 3 quarters where I say that was not a good decision, and certainly there's been some unforced errors by the Revolution. So if they can keep the smart decision making going, you have to think this would be the Northwind to win, but. We'll have to see if the Revolution can get an early goal. That could change things quite quickly, but certainly that would be something they'd be looking to do in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I think it's also interesting to see what Stefan Barr does to make some adjustments here. And I know he's got to go for the win, and he wants to go for the win. And he doesn't want to be the coach that has given up the first loss to the Northwind in 19 years. But at the same time, I mean, they're playing a very determined team. They're playing a team who's playing at home. I would say that the Northwind especially, I think because a lot of their guys come from maybe a handful of teams and a handful of programs, I think they're a little bit more connected. So we'll see what happens over this last 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, the Northwind both have a bit of a chip on the shoulder and very focused. Very disappointed in how the Transatlantic Cup went, and certainly there was a lot of focus in the program to make this the redemption arc, as it were. So we'll see if that can it can continue for the Northwind as we're about ready to get going. As we've talked about, it's actually up to 15 degrees, so we've reached another benchmark, as it were, for temperatures here, as the fur coats perhaps can come off. So anyway, we're about ready to have the tribal sport ball up, and Brian Barish, take it away.
Well, we're on the precipice of a little bit of history for the Canada Northwind. They are 20 minutes away from a victory that has been a long, long time coming. But if the Revolution have anything to say about that, it is not done yet. And right now, going all the way back was Daniel Brown, but he was pushed down. That rhymes really good. And now to the inside now, and going to get that one was Barthelson.
Your poetry's better than your singing, I will say.
Yeah, roses are red, violets are blue. Some poems rhyme. This one doesn't. It's not getting that. Not before is Canutty, who gets knocked that one forward. But Canada going all the way back. All they have to do, I think, is control the ball here, and that's what Chris Moaning is doing, as he picks it up on the far side. And also the other thing, because remember, the clock does not stop normally like it does in the AFL or many other competitions. So if you're the Northwind, you want to keep the ball to the edges, keep it to the boundaries. Every time the ball goes out of bounds, you're looking at another 10 to 15 seconds that go off the clock. And remember that the Revos need 4 goals at this point to win the game. So they really, as we see, under 19 minutes left, they really only have 17 minutes left.
They're going to want it to the left of screen as well, because it's a long way to go if you're in the wrong end in this sport. So And this is a free kick given to the Northwind. Number 20, Kenneth Boudreau. You'd think he's going to take all the time they'll give him. Here's a kick, though. High up, off hands. Couldn't take the mark, but gets it to ground. Big battle for the ball and another whistle. Every whistle is like music to the Northwind ears, and I'm not talking about Brian Barish's singing.
Somebody wanted me to sing the national anthem, and I told them, no, it's real. No, you really don't. You don't want me to sing at all.
There's another whistle there. I believe it may be a Northwind free kick. It is.
Yep. Capilla, I believe. Yep.
Little side kick here, and that will be marked to number 7, Barthelson. And every mark is more time off the clock.
Yep.
So just smart play, and that's big
yes!
up in a second. Go at it. What a mark by Trent Loosemore.
Nope, Tersini, sorry.
Oh, Tersini. Sorry, it looked like a 5. It was a 6. See, my eyes are not great either. So let's say he's going to have a kick a goal here just inside the 40, well inside the 40-meter arc. This could be the knife. It doesn't have the couldn't take down the mark. It goes through 4 behind.
Tip.
As it got tipped. So that's another point to the Northwind. That's 5 goals, 4 behinds, 34 points to 2 goals, 2 behinds, 14 points for the Revolution on the Payable Apps scoreboard.
Even 20 points right now, and the Revo's got to go quick, fast, and in a hurry. Off the hands there of Canutti, rather than the Jar, who gets the second bite of the cherry. No, it was McKinney. I was wrong. It took me 3 times. Big tackle put in by Shotwell, and the umpire said there was no prior operative. In fact, no, it was a high contact. So they'll play on, or will they? No, they didn't get the ball set. They didn't get it set, so they're going to do this. In fact, no, they went back the other way. He pointed the wrong way, so it will be a free kick to Shotwell. Ball gets spoiled nicely. Ball don't lie. Sending this one up very close.
There's a big hit.
Oh, is
after
that going to
the ball's away, Bridges got...
Oh, he got hit, and there's a little bit of pushing and shoving here, as that was Eric Anderson who laid into them. Now we're going to keep an eye and make sure. It looks like it was a free kick downfield. We're just keeping an eye. It looks like Anderson's going to get away without a card.
And there's a 25-meter penalty as well.
It looked like Simpson was encroaching the mark. So
Greg Bridges did get up, the executive director of AFL Canada too.
It's like you're the one putting this together. Hold on. Great mark taken, however, as Sheehan found Tersini. So the Canadians have control. The Northwind have control of this game. There's no doubt about that. They are really pushing the Americans around, and the Americans, I think, are a little bit frustrated at this point, and I understand completely, but you got to hold your head here, as up on the far side now, going after it to try and get it, and then getting undercut, as on the ground was Loosemore, and he tripped Channing Hurley. So things are getting a little chippy here at Rutland Park here in Kelowna, and the ball will move down, and it will be a free kick again to the Americans. Puts this one in on a line, deflects away, gets away from Canutti, who went after it. Out to the near side, ball pops up in the air. There is Simpson. Going after now to get it is McKinney. Handballs it in, turning with it and firing there. And a shot for a goal is Canutti. There's Lee. Was he pushed to the back?
Or chopped arms, perhaps.
Well,
and it will be a free kick. No, it's holding, but it is a free kick to number 25, Donald Lee.
So here is the D-Rock, Donald Lee from the LA Dragons, who kicked a big goal that helped preserve the victory in 2023, and he has to kick this one. Cannot miss this if the Revolution want to come back and win this game. Lee strides forward, left-footed, kick. It is...
No doubt.
No doubt about this one, although I haven't seen a signal. What happened? Let's see. Umpire is double checking here. And it's a goal. It looked pretty no doubty. I don't know what happened, but a huge goal for Donald Lee and the USA Revolution. It's back to 14 points. 3-2-20 for the Revos, 5-4-34 for the Northwind on the Payable Apps scoreboard.
I think they were checking to see if it went off a hand on the mark, or on the free kick.
I got it. Yeah,
so,
he was in pretty close to the man on the mark.
Yeah, you could see on the replay that it was awful close, but it certainly looked like it was free and clear, and certainly a goal to the Revolution. A 14-point lead for the Northwind as we approach 13 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. And the Revolution with the ball again. Nice mark there by Morgan White. Boy, he has been big with some marks in the defensive half for the Northwind. That goes off of Sheehan. Sheehan falls over Clyde Simpson. Here's the ball to number 1, Derek Shotwell. Picked up by the Northwind. Simpson couldn't pick up that mark. Cleared forward by the Northwind. It looked like Coventry got a mark away, handball away. Now picked up by the Revolution. Long kick. Batted away there by Morgan White. Again, strong defensively for the Northwind. Oh, that's a big jump. Couldn't come down with it. Big tackle on Hammond, and that will be certainly a ball up here. And no, free kick given here to number 6, Boosh. Don't listen to me, apparently.
Well, got to listen to somebody. Here's Bush, who comes up on the near side, just barely 15 meters, but it did make the distance to Jeff Coventry.
But again, it shows what they're doing. Smart kicks. They're not trying to overdo things.
Almost
not the best kick there though, and back come the Revolution.
And out the other way. Now here the other way come the Revos. They need 14 points. There is McKinney. He plays it on to Daniel Brown. Now up the far side now. Going after it is Shotwell. Bounces away. Lee comes all the way out from the forward. He's wrapped up and taken down. Ball, cried the crowd. No prior opportunity, I believe. No, in fact, it was. He did get the free kick.
No,
it was out of bounds first. I saw them hand the ball off. I did not see a signal. Ball is up now. Lee fighting after it. Ball goes to ground, and wrapping that one up is Jawadi. And again, more time ticking away. 11 minutes to go. Again, worth repeating, if you're just joining us, the Canadians, the Northwind men, have not beaten the U.S. men since 2007. They won by 7 points at Thunderbird Stadium at the campus of the University of British Columbia.
It's a free kick here to the Revolution. Opportunity. They need some goals soon to have a shot at this one. Oh, that kick went a little bit too far to the marking contest. And the Northwind will try to clear. Ball around a lot of players right now, as you would expect. Northwind trying to slow down the play. And it's going to be a ball up. Just inside the 40-meter arc. A lot of players around the ball, as we mentioned. In there, Gigliotti for the Revolution, but it stops again, and it's another ball up. Which every whistle is in the favor of the Northwind here. They get the ball, just kicked to the wing. No one in particular, but it could be picked up, and it is, but it goes out by Bush. Still, not a bad result for the Northwind here. Again, more time off the clock. They have a chance to get in a ruck competition here.
So
clock does not stop in this competition when it goes over the line.
Yeah, and that's why you want to play the ball to the wings if you're the Northwind. A lot of grappling going on in this contest. Canutti gets it out to the near side and then taken down. It will be a free kick, and it will go the way of the Canadians and Jim Ortel. Ortel, captain at one point of this team, And we'll send this one down the line. Wing position, one-on-one contest. Able to get free now is Eric Quine, who gets behind his defender in Brown. Tried to do a bounce, now tried the kick. Nothing working for him on this occasion, but then throwing in the tackle very quickly. They get it to Christian Merritt. Merritt works around, kicks that one off of his own player, and then Coventry is in there, and the ball will just go out of bounds. Yes. And once again, the Canadians are okay with that because that'll burn another 15 seconds or so.
Certainly will ball in here, and it's in the right end for them in terms of where you want to play right now. They still, the Northwind still have the 14-point lead. Off the ball in, the Revolution get it off of Simpson. Now that's Shotwell back to Simpson. It goes over the line, and it's out on the full, so that will be a free kick here to the Revolution. We're approaching 8 minutes left here in this final quarter. That kick is, that's a big collision there. Kicked off the ground in the middle of the field. Revolution with some of the play, but it's taking them while they get down. But here's a nice pickup by Body, and there's a big tackle.
Now it's going to the U.S.
Said it was a high tackle.
High contact. So Jawadi has the football. He is in the half-forward flank position on the right. Again, 14 points. They got to get the first one. Here's a left-footed kick. This is Lee. He came down with that. Or did he?
What a mark.
Oh, a fantastic mark. I thought Lee, he had hands on the ball initially, but the Canadian, whoever took that mark, that was amazing. Volley kick out of the air. The skills in this game have been unreal, and thankfully it's not raining so that we could see this. Getting away was Murphy. He got the handball off to Martin Del Campo. Now it is Reese who finds Simpson, and Simpson goes down, but it's marked again, and the Canadians right now, the U.S. is throwing a lot of stuff at the wall, and the Canadians are just picking it off.
Ken Boudreau with the handball. Oh, that's a smart kick there. Chris Moting, that's just smart play. And we've seen a lot of that from the Northwind in this game. Here's a long kick down the middle of the field. The Revolution do get the ball. Here is number 12, Gigliotti. Here's a kick, and there's a strong mark by number 31, Moning, but was deemed not proper and a free kick in the back. So that's Shotwell. Kick into a dangerous spot. A lot of players. That looks like a mark.
Yep.
That'll be a Revolution mark. This will be a chance at goal.
And it is Eric Anderson. Anderson sends it across. Going after it is Lee. Swing, no ding there off of the foot of Peter Warren. You can call him Rabbit Warren if you want.
Or free kick given here to the Northwind.
So
it'll be a chance to get out of jail free here.
So free kick. Yep, go ahead.
To Morgan White. White, who's been really strong in defense for the Northwind in this game. And another smart, short kick. Uncontested mark. I wish I knew how many uncontested marks there were in this game for the Northwind because it's been massive.
As I say, it's a lot, and it really has changed. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen, and this includes games not against the U.S., but I don't know that I've seen a Canadian team play this in control of their opponents. This is the best game I've seen them play. And aside from that second quarter when the U.S. got a couple of goals and tied it up, they have really put the screws on and forced the Americans into a couple of mistakes. Out to the near side it comes. Shotwell and Simpson. Simpson dropped it, and then he slipped over on a banana peel, and then he is wrapped up, and it will be a ball up, as in there was Shoebridge. We have 5 minutes to go in the ball game, and the Canadian Northwind are that closer from their second win in 20 tries against the USA Revolution. There was a infraction in the contest, and the Americans will get the free kick. The Revos have it in the person of Anderson. The Sacramento Sun player finds McClure, and Stork has two. He's going to go back looking for his third, and I would have to say here, he's going to have to shorten his routine, but he also wants to take his time. This is Mark McClure of the Columbus Cats. Set sail from 50 meters out. Has the journey. Does it have the direction? Yes! It's not quite over, Red Rover. Third goal of the game for McClure. It's back to 8 points. They have 4 minutes to get 2 goals. Payable Apps scoreboard, Canada 5-4-34, Revos 4-2-26.
Hat trick in this one for McClure, who's been the star for the Revolution. Can they get closer in the next? Well, it's going to be probably close to 3.5 minutes by the time we get the ball up here. So, clock doesn't stop. So the clock is the enemy of the Revolution right now. Could we have a massive comeback for the Revolution? Off the tap, it does go Northwind way. Here's a kick to the wing, off hands. Tackle on but gets a handball away. In there is Rathjeb. Kick towards the dangerous position. Can't take the Burke. Can they take control? It's right in front of the goal. Big tackle there. Get the handball away. There's a whistle and a free kick to the Northwind.
Wow.
Right in front of goal. And you'd have to think this would be the last nail in the coffin. I believe it's 22, Matteo Lugarini already has a goal in this game. Indeed, it's Lugarini. If he kicks a second goal of the game, this will be a win for the Northwind, you'd have to think.
I think it would absolutely shut the door on this game.
It's right in front. Can't be more than 15 meters, this kick. Takes his time, kicks, it looks dead straight, and the Northwind celebrate another goal. It will be their 6th, a happy half dozen, and that lengthens out their lead to 14 points with very little time left in this game.
Yeah, this is one of those. It was a free kick out in front. The Americans in front, the Revos, they weren't happy with it, but all the same, it's another situation where they gave up a free kick, and all credit to Matteo Lugarini. A lot of pressure on him, and that will just about salt it away. 1:40 to go.
Another Morgan White.
And it is
Mark. We've had a lot of those in this game.
Up on the far side now. And waiting, and White will wait up on the far side. Well, as we said, 2007 in Vancouver, the Canadians are going to be undefeated against the USA Revolution in the province of British Columbia.
The brain trust of AFL Canada will want all
the credit.
49th parallel games in British Columbia.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Listen, as long as there's no other storms that preclude me from getting here 16 hours late, I'm perfectly okay with this. With being here in Kelowna, and I'll tell you what, it's an absolutely beautiful. The sun is coming out here, and it's coming out for the Northwind, who, again, we must say, has played an absolutely wonderful game. They've been in control just about from the start. The Revolution cut it down to 1 point at halftime, but since then, the Northwind have outkicked them. Take it home, Dave.
Coach Sean Goodyear must be smiling ear to ear at this point, because you have to say it was a near perfect game for the Northwind here in terms of their decision making, their pressure. It was a great game of footy for them, and we are approaching 15 seconds. There is a kick at goal here for the Revolution. It doesn't make it. Cleared away from goal here by the defense. On the ground. Here's another kick by the Revolution, but that'll be out on the tackle. And that will be a free kick. And there's the siren for only the second time in history. The Canada Northwind will hoist the 49th Parallel Cup as British Columbia continues to be the lucky province for the Northwind. Congratulations to Coach Sean Goodyear and the Canada Northwind.
Yeah, absolutely deserved victory. Congratulations to everybody wearing the black and red. They are the happiest bunch of men you've seen in some time. And I'll tell you what, David Smith, I've watched the Canadians play the U.S. a lot of times. They've had some really good players and some really good athletes. don the Northwind jumper. I know that a lot of them are watching, and they know they would have loved to have been out there. They would have loved to have been the ones. Nothing lasts forever, as George Harrison says, all things must pass. And after a long, long winning streak, 19 years it's been, it is a truly, truly sweet victory and a deserved one.
Absolutely. As I say, like, it was a smart game of footy. You win footy, you win any sport as much by what you do with your head as your body. And just, Sean, as I say, Sean Goodyear must be smiling from ear to ear, because they did everything you'd want a footy team to do. There was pressure. They were hard on the ball, but they were smart with the ball. They were willing to give up their body, but they were also using their head.
Yeah, pressure, patience, smarts.
Absolutely.
They played the perfect game. It wasn't 100% perfect. Nothing is, but they neutralized a lot of the athleticism and a lot of the height that the U.S. brought to it. And we've seen teams do that. We've seen in the International Cup, we've seen teams like Papua New Guinea do that. And they've played, like I've said, and I know a couple of other people on the chat have agreed with me, that's probably the best game I've seen a Canadian Northwind team play. And they deserve the victory. And sometimes you play a great game and it doesn't come off. And really, and heads up to the USA. I will say, yeah,
I was about to say, heads up, they never quit. There was that late goal where you're wondering, can they make a big comeback? You almost saw that the big comeback was coming, but obviously there was that final Northwind response, but never gave up. Certainly, you have to say the Revolution gave it all on the field as well. But the unforced errors, I think that will be the coaching discussion after that one.
I think it will be. And it's Steph Barr is not quite used to losing in big games like this. And I know that he'll learn some lessons about what his squad is like and go from there. So once again, repeating the final score, the Canada Northwind, 6 goals, 4 behinds, 40 points. The USA Revolution, 4-26. The U.S., the Northwind win for the first time since 2007. They win the Parallel Cup, and we can count up how many games it's been overall. That was 11 wins in a row by the U.S., and the winning streak finally comes to an end here in Kelowna.
Yeah, the Northwind on home soil win the 49th Parallel Cup. And we're just waiting for the players to come over for the closing ceremonies. But it's a great game of footy. And we're quite lucky, certainly, that the conditions improved for that one. And Brian Barish, let's look at the final game stats.
Well, look at those marks. We mentioned that the marking was going to be key here. 53-25. That's the story of the game. Patience, execution, and really they made the most. We keep saying it. I feel like I've said making the most of their chances, and they also took advantage of mistakes that the Revos have made. So everything else again about even, but that first column I think really tells the story of the game, especially in the second half. And they're going to sing their song right now. There it is.
And a happy bunch of players that we have there. And we're going to go to a break, and then we'll have the closing ceremony in just a few minutes.
This online broadcast of the 2026 49th Parallel Cup is brought to you by Payable Apps. Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Cooper Equipment Rentals. Safe, reliable, on time. It's the Cooper difference. Tribal Sport. Smith & Sons General Contractors. Big White Ski Resort. Real Deal Australian Meat Pies. The Exhale Brew Company. And by the City of Kelowna.
Play for fun. Play for fitness. Play for glory. Play for community. Play for club. Play for country. Play for each other. Play because you love playing. Play footy. Visit AFL-Canada.com and find a club near you today.
I make sure our equipment is always working so our customers can get the job done.
The service we provide has a lot of moving parts. I make sure the parts on those machines are maintained.
We are all responsible for maintaining quality service here. It's the Cooper difference.
Payable Apps is thrilled to be the official streaming partner of the 2026 Parallel Cup. Whether you're chasing down team registration and jersey fees for the new season or launching your next small business, Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure. Less time chasing payments, more time on the field. Head to payableapps.com today and get started.
And we're back here at Rutland Community Park in Kelowna, British Columbia, and there is a happy bunch of bloods as the Canada Northwind. So let's head out to David Smith.
The closing ceremony of the men's championship match of the 2026 49th Parallel Cup. First, we'd like to present the Best on Ground presented by our sponsors, Big White Ski Resort, Real Deal Australian Meat Pies, and Smith & Son General Contractors. The winner of Best on Ground, Ian Euler!
All right. We're going to Wonderland.
And it is my immense pleasure as the chairman of the board of AFL Canada to call the captains of the winning side, Canada Northwind. Boys, here's the cup!
There it is. 19 long years wiped away in 80 minutes. The Canada Northwind, the champions of the 49th Parallel Cup. And David Smith, I know you said that with a little bit of vim and vigor. I know you've been waiting a while to say that, not only as chairman of the board, but as somebody who's been involved with AFL Canada for some time.
It's been over almost a decade that I've been on the board, and certainly I've been commentating. But this is certainly a highlight for myself to see what these guys have done and win this 49th Parallel Cup. So to all the players here, immense congratulations, and just well deserved, because it was a fabulous game of footy that they played. Smart, hard, everything you'd want. So I can't hide that I'm pretty pleased by the result of this game. There's no doubt.
Yeah, it's okay for you to be a homer in this case, man. Congratulations.
Well, it's not me, it's them, but certainly it's exciting to see the result here today. So, showing some highlights of the game here as the medals are presented to the different players. The Canada Northwind on only the second time winning the 49th Parallel Cup, as we've mentioned. As I say, just as a person involved in Canadian footy, it's hard not to be proud by how they played this game. It just, it was hard, it was fast, it was smart, and there's very little to criticize. Yeah, to be honest.
And can I add as well? I work for the U.S. AFL. I'm an American. Follow the American team, but I've always been adverse of how the Canadian programs have worked to build the sport, not just on the national level, but all the way down to the local level. And it's, there's no real us versus them in this case. I'm really happy for those guys. I've seen a lot of really good players come and go, have taken on the U.S. team, and, I'm really happy. Congratulations. As you said, it's hard. When you play a game like that, it's hard to be mad because they played really, really well and they deserve the victory.
And a shout out to head coach Sean Goodyear, who certainly had a lot of heartbreak as coach of this team over the years. And this has to be just a massive piece of pride and joy that they were able to pull away with the victory here today. So congratulations to him as well. The coaches don't often get mentioned in this sort of thing, but when you have a team that plays this well in a game, you have to say that the coach is a big part of it. So congratulations to him. I know this was a game that he was very much that was very important to him, particularly with how other tournaments and events have gone for the Northwind. So congrats to them. So just finishing the various medals as coaching staff and staff here of Canada Northwind. Brian, as I say, we probably will be later with this next game than scheduled.
Last game coming up, of course, you have the U.S. and Canada, the Midnight Suns, and the U.S. Freedom Development Squad. That game will be coming up momentarily. It was originally scheduled for 3:45. So I would say if you're going to watch the game, go check into the YouTube channel. We'll be along in a few minutes.
All right, and I think all the medals have been given. So it's about time, Brian, to end this broadcast of the 2026 Men's 49th Parallel Cup Championship match. AFL Canada would like to issue some thanks to Chris Wood and the local committee running this event, AFL Canada Executive Director Greg Bridges and the Board of Directors of AFL Canada, US AFL President April Munn and all of the US AFL leadership, Groove V Productions to produce this broadcast, led by Andrew Jacobi. Thank you very much. And cameras by Nathaniel Lee, Jared Jackal, Daniel Kenward. Statistics by Dylan Hall and Cheza Chabato. Our sponsors, without whom this broadcast would not be possible. You need to pay the bills. And we thank everybody who viewed this broadcast. We sincerely hope that you enjoyed it. This is David Smith, with along my partner Baron British, have brought you this championship match of the 2026 49th Parallel Cup. Thanks for watching.
This online broadcast
and
of the
stay tuned for the Women's Development match coming up between the USA and the Midnight Suns.
Payable Apps makes accepting payments fast, simple, and secure.